The type of people in power is largely a reflection of the kind of people they rule. I want us to reflect on a very important question. What kind of leaders do we truly want? Do we desire a government that promotes peace and the overall quality of life? Or do we just want one that benefits us personally? This question has been on my mind for a while, and I believe our place in history can offer us some insight on this. So, let me take you back in time to the old Oyo Empire and let me tell you a short story of Alaafin Ajaka, the second Alaafin of Oyo, in line with this question. Alaafin Ajaka, alone of all the Yoruba kings, had the singular fortune or misfortune of being called to the throne twice. Both once deposed, but afterward recalled to the throne. Alaafin Ajaka, unlike his father Oromiyan, was a peaceful ruler. He focused on building up the empire, encouraging farming and ensuring his people lived peacefully. But in those times, this peace was seen as weakness. The people wanted a strong leader who would defend the land and expand the empire. Ajaka was too mild for this role, and as a result, he allowed neighboring kings to encroach on Oyo's territory. Eventually, he was dethroned and sent into exile. His brother Sango took his place and everything changed. Now, let's talk briefly about Sango. Sango was everything his brother Ajaka was not. He was fierce, restless, and almost ready for battle. He loved making charms, and it was said that he could control lightning. Under Sango, Oyo became a kingdom of constant wars. His power and knowledge of charms made him feared by many. But this desire for power came at a great cost. One day, Sango decided to test his lightning charm. The charm worked too well and lightning struck his palace, causing a massive fire that killed many of his wives and children. This tragedy broke Sango's heart, and he decided to leave the throne, filled with regret. His story ended in sorrow as he eventually took his own life. After Sango's death, the people of Oyo had learned a hard lesson. The strength and power they desire in Sango brought chaos and destruction. They realized that maybe what they needed was not just a strong ruler, but a balanced one. And so they called back Ajaka from exile after 7 years. When Ajaka returned to the throne, he was no longer the same peaceful man he once was. His second reign was marked by war and conflict. He led expeditions to the Tapa countries and engaged in civil wars with his chiefs and princes. Ajaka employed powerful soldiers who made charms for him, and he waged war with and killed up to 1,060 of his chiefs. His second reign was filled with violence and turbulence, much like Sango. In the end, Ajaka's reign ended quietly. Nothing significant was recorded about his death, and he probably passed away in peace. So, my dear viewers, let's ask ourselves once again, what kind of leaders do we truly want? In the story of Ajaka, we see a peaceful leader who was rejected because the people wanted more power and aggression. They got that in Sango, but it brought tragedy and regret. When they realized their mistake, they called Ajaka back, only to find that he too had changed and become more warlike. Over the years, we've seen different types of leaders in Nigeria, and their styles have left a lasting impact on the country. There was a time when we had a leader who, like Ajaka, was peaceful, and to some extent Nigeria still enjoys some democratic freedom. This leader, although not perfect in many ways, allowed for freedom and even peacefully handed over power when he was voted out. But many Nigerians thought he was too soft, too slow to handle the issue of insurgency and unrest facing the country. People wanted a stronger hand to deal with the growing insecurity. Then came another, much like Sango, who was seen as tough. He had military experience and was expected to crush the insurgents and bring back order. But instead of solving the problem, it grew worse. Under his rule, we saw protests suppressed, people unlawfully detained, and the use of force to silence voices. The economy began to crumble, and people wondered if they had made the right choice by asking for strength. After that, we hoped again. A new leader came in, they called him an economic guru, and many thought he would fix the economy and bring prosperity. But instead, things got even harder. Prices went up, people struggled more than ever, and once again we were left asking ourselves, is this the leadership we wanted? In many ways, the leaders we have today are a reflection of the people they lead. Do we really want a government that promotes peace and quality of life for everyone? Or do we just want leaders who work for our own personal benefit no matter the cost? History shows us that the kind of leadership we demand shapes the future of our society. Many people again think that if a certain leader or party comes back into power, things will change for the better. But can we truly trust this belief again? Like Ajaka, leaders and politicians are not the same after time passes. Politicians will always be politicians, and sometimes what they have learned in the past may only show them how to use power in different ways and not necessarily for the better. So, as Nigerians, what should we really demand from our leaders? Is it about bringing back the past, or do we need to look forward? History shows us that returning to the past doesn't always work, but learning from it is essential. We've seen leaders who promise change, but instead they enrich themselves. The time has come for us to demand something different. Leaders who are truly accountable to the people, who are focused on real progress and not just creating problems for them to fix later. We need leaders that put the welfare of Nigerians first, not just the interests of a select few elites. Thanks for watching so far, and I would like to know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video. Edo History TV is here to bring you more lessons from history that resonate with our lives today. Until next time, stay curious and keep learning.